Once again, the Jersey boy, the man of the hour, the all-star, the marketing professional, Omar Ritmore. What's up, Omar? How are you doing?
What's going on, Eli? Oh my God, man, what an introduction. So, welcome, first off. Welcome how to create a pipeline of leads for your business using short videos, right? And convert like a pro. I'm gonna show you exactly why, right? And it's really important because you need to dare to live the life you've always wanted. And on here, you got to break those fears. You got to break the criticism. You got to break your own self-sabotage. To be quite frankly, I want you to come out here bulletproof thinking, I don't care what people think about me. Because one of the biggest monsters of action takers is people saying, what are they gonna think about me? Mind you, I was there. I remember a few weeks ago, our platinum and top earner in our company had a meeting, Dave Daughtry, and he kind of like, he brought me on like, hey, you seem like a very extroverted person. You're really outgoing. What are your biggest fears? I'm like, to be quite frankly, I am just an introvert who just knows how to play it out and make me look like I'm not nervous anymore, but I am definitely shaking inside. I am a big introvert. My biggest fear is what people think about me. And it happens. He was shocked. He was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that, but I was there too. So you're not alone. All right. I want you to understand that if you feel some type of fear, you're not alone, but you have to dare. Okay. First things first. And this, I got to be frank, quite honest with this. Videos are the most powerful marketing tool today. And guess what? They're free. You don't need to pay anything. And this is why this is so important to understand. If you learn this, you will become better than most marketers and most even business people out there that don't understand this. Because guess what? A few years ago, companies like McDonald's, Walmart, all these big branches and all these big companies, big names, big brands, they had to pay for ads, pay for the stuff to get shown out there. Now we do it for free. We don't have to pay. And all we got to do is get in front of a camera, and we're going to share exactly how to do that. In fact, here are some stats. Why is important? The videos. Why videos? Why not just regular posts? Well, here's one fun fact and a stats to take down. 50 million viewers watch 100 million hours of video a day. Hello. This is not talking about a month or a year, a day. I can't even forget about the 500 million viewers. Let's talk about 100 million hours a day. So are they consuming excessively videos? Everybody. And guess what? A lot of people, there's another stat that shows that I believe it's like 75 to 80% watch videos with their volume down, on mute. So consider that for the captions. We're going to touch that on later. But it doesn't stop there, because guess what? There's some more statistics. In fact, here's some more. 60%, 64% of social media users say they've learned about a new product or service through a video. They popped up. Why? Because many people live on Scrollville. You're scrolling there. And I'm going to tell why I'm telling you about the Scrollville is really important for the first steps when we start touching on the video. Okay? But it doesn't stop there. There's actually even another fact, another fun fact that I want to share with you before we get into the nitty-gritty. Here's a bit more. 80% of all Facebook views, video views, come from mobile users. So remember how I said 87% of people have neck pain, but 13% don't have a phone? Well, this is one of the major reasons, if not the reason, why they have that neck pain, because they're constantly on their phone. And it's amazing. It's a little disturbing at times, but it's true. So Here's what I want you to take tonight. Forget about the metrics. Forget about becoming viral. Forget about becoming, a superstar overnight. That's not the point tonight. You're going to start messy where you are and clean up on your way. So don't fear. Don't say, oh my God, I'm not an influencer. I'm not somebody, I don't have a huge following. Guess what? If you go back to my TikToks when I started, I was in single digits. All right. And my Instagrams, they sucked. And that's what I want to go into right after this. So you can understand that I'm teaching you from where I was and where I've been. And guess what? Where we're all going to be. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Zig Ziglar, amazing quote, one of the best quotes so people can understand mindset and taking action. All right. Newsflash, write this one down. Newsflash, 95% of your first videos are going to suck and only 5% are going to do good. Yep. So this is why I want to prepare you mentally. So you're not looking at metrics and don't even care about them. Just worry about having an engagement and having people reach out to you. I got videos with maybe 200 views that have more comments than others that have thousands. I do have thousands where I have a lot of comments and a lot of engagement, but we're going to get that later because you're going to get there. Some of you, once we're done tonight, if you do a video tonight, some of you are going to get leads tonight. Some of you are going to get leads tomorrow. Some of you are going to get leads within a week or two or a month from now. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with your videos. It's just how the algorithm works. It's just how this works. So don't get in your head about it. Stay in your lane. Don't get in your head about trying to be perfect, trying to be polished, and trying to be all this super social media influencer. To be honest, ladies that are moms, the moms out there, you guys can crush social media because you're more relatable. If you're like doing a video, folding clothes, and you got, honestly, this happens, and I've seen the engagement, I've seen the views, how they skyrocket. Let's say you're folding clothes, you got a 2-year-old toddler in diapers in the back. People relate to that. They're like, oh my gosh, she's like me. Dude, if you're like, you don't have to be polished in a suit all the time, be you on your regular days, that connects, because that says to somebody out there, man, he's just like me. I'm at work, I do my stuff, I'm with the family, I have, my family are crazy, loud, whatever, and you see the mess. That's normal. People connect to people who are authentic. And that's what you need to understand. So don't get in your head about it. Stop thinking about that perfection. Now, let's get to the good part. All right, let's get this started. There are 3 parts to an engaging video. And these 3 parts are universal, whether it be Facebook Live, Instagram Live, YouTube, all of them have these 3 parts that are so crucial for your growth. And it's so crucial for people to reach out to you. And because it is so important, I'm going to share with you exactly what they are so you can begin. Now, this is a little example of what to do. If you see, I got a video that went 433K. Wow. Right? You might say, oh my God, man, I had like the most, I think I had like 20 comments in there. I had like 5 of them that were like these crazy accounts, these people that are just looking to bug your life. And it makes it interesting because these haters are part of your growth as well. If you're not mentally prepared, they're going to kick you off your focus and you don't want that. So, but I have other videos with 135. See, I want you to see that. The reason I brought this is because I want to be vulnerable with you. I don't want to show myself as I'm this super, flying rock star, superstar with doves in the back, and I'm just like untouchable. No, I'm normal, just like you. And we all have we're at the same level. I'm going to teach you exactly what I do and how I get people to reach out to me. Later on, I'm going to share my screen directly so you can see the comments on these. So this is on TikTok. If you notice on Facebook Reels, That same video had 433K. Over here, it got 4,000. So it's going to vary. And I'm going to show you later how to actually, put it on all platforms, how to just take it from there and then just repurpose it everywhere else. But this one that has 105K on TikTok, I got over 300 comments. And out of those, maybe like 120 leads. And to be honest, I am still going through that list from one video. But I have so many others that have interaction, engagement, and people reaching out wanting to know more that I'm just focusing now on conversations. And I try to post less. Like I was going 3-4 times a day, which that's really what we should try to get. If not, at least the minimum is one or two. But I was going 3-4 times a day. You don't have to go there. Okay, so vanity metrics, remember, that's discarded. Why I want to talk to you about this, because I was able to be part of a challenge, a few, and I won first place. I've learned a little bit, but that doesn't make me better than no one. I'm just, I just showed up and I just want things to happen. And I want you to crush it as well, all right? Part 1, here we go. You need a scroll-stopping title or headline. How many of you, when you go to Walmart, when you go to supermarket, let's say over there, my peeps in Florida, you go to Publix or you go to Winn-Dixie, how many of you have seen the racks of magazine really close to the checkout counter? Like when you're about to check out, you see the magazines there. Any hands? You want to know why they're there? Because that's where they sell the most. Why do you buy them? Because of the titles and headlines. Oh my God, the Kardashians had just a party over there and they're just going crazy. They don't know. I don't even know the Kardashians, but people like gossip. And we're not going to say we're going to talk about gossip, but that's what hooks you. The headline. Why a scroll stopping headline? Because I mentioned before, people are on Scrollville. And so you got out there, you got a mom with 5-10 kids running around. She's cooking. She's giving, milk to one of them, giving the bottle. She's cooking for others. She's cleaning, folding clothes at the same time. So you have to get people's attention. People are busy. Once you stop the scroll, oh, wait a second. This spoke to me. Boom. Now you go to the second part where I'm going to tell you right now. What is the second part? Now remember that. People are busy, but are also on Scrollville. People live out there and they're like, on a run, but they're scrolling. So you have to stop that scroll, get their attention. Although they're on Scrollville, you want them to stop for you. And here's what brings it to the part 2. The second part of your video is the content. Now, you can have the best content. You can break it down like you're a journalist, you're a news reporter, you have a 5-star, big award-winning content. But if you don't have a good title, you're never going to be seen. You're never going to be seen. Now, the title has to be at least, something appealing, something that gets people, it gives value. And when we talk about value, I want you to understand, value can be seen in different ways. It could be entertainment. It could be funny. It could be you're giving tips, secrets. It can be something informative, educational. So value has different ways of seeing it. And that's where you come in as your authentic self to know what exactly you want to deliver accordingly. All right. So nothing to break your head about, nothing to say, oh my God, I don't know where to find that or what to do. And back then I used to say, I always tell part of my team that Google is not your best friend for network marketing. But in this case, I'm going to rephrase it and I say, Google is not your best friend when it's about your company, but Google is your best friend when it comes to looking for content. All right, because you're a content creator now, besides being a network marketer. Okay, so part 3, the most important part of your video. If you give them a good title and you give them a great content, but you have no call to action, where are they going to go? How are you going to end up talking to them? This is where the money is at. The call to action. I call it a CTA. If you don't have a CTA, they're gonna just scroll by. Oh, great. Oh, thank you for the info. They might not even, well, to be honest, they won't comment. And I personally, I speak for myself. I get something of value, but I don't see no action. Me, I fall for this stuff a lot. If people like once you start thinking like a marketer, you're gonna see that you're gonna be well. You already know what it is, but you still look at it. You consume the content, and you probably comment or say something at least to engage. Which, by the way, if you want more engagement, then you should be engaging as well, because guess what? It alters the algorithm and it helps you. Once you comment on somebody, even if you don't have them as a friend or a follower, they're gonna see your stuff. So that's a little ninja secret around there. It's an extra tip. It wasn't included, but you could write that down. They're gonna see your content because now you have an engagement with that. The algorithm reads you as peeps, as friends, right? All right. So who's ready to get some title examples? I'm gonna be sharing here some title examples. Now I'm gonna cover 3 areas, but I want you to take something even more deeper in your heart. There will never be something more powerful for your title, for your content, than the person that you were 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 years ago, or before you met network marketing. Why? Because you were in a place where you were probably in pain in some area. This opportunity came to your life when you needed something. You needed health, improvement in health. Maybe you needed, to better your finances, make some extra money. Maybe you wanted to take your family on vacation more. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to cover some generic areas where it includes obviously our products, some of them. Well, I don't talk about the product. I just talk about the problem. And you're going to see it's very important to talk about the problem because, as I learned, it's better to talk more about their crabgrass, right? No, than your weed killer. Talk about their problem. What's their problem? Their crabgrass. What's their solution? Well, that's going to be your weed killer. What is the weed killer? We don't know. You know, because you know what you want to market. Now, remember, the goal is to stop the scroll. And I know some of you already dominate this pretty much and pretty good. So, don't try to be perfect at it, but there's already people crushing it here. All you got to do is just, and social media is so forgiving. Like if you do something and you don't feel it was so great, don't delete it. Leave it there. Because that's going to give you a guide down the road. Like I look back to January and I'm like, man, I had a little growth this year. Kind of like you get sharper, you get more aggressive, you get to a point where you look back and say, there's some improvement. All right. So let's cover the first area of a solution. Let's see how we can do this. All right. Weight loss. There's a lot of people that like to cover weight loss. All right. Let's say you put how to get rid of your muffin top. Right now, that's the top. That's the headline, the title. Then you go and create the content. Boom. And if you want to know how I did whatever, so if you already have some results, you could put pictures. That would be great. If you want to know how to fit better in your pants or whatever, let's say number 2, tired of hiding your belly for pics? I actually use that one and it gave me some clients. It gave me some customers. Now you don't have to use these verbatim and, the exact words. Be creative, work around those. But that one, tired of hiding your belly for pics. I can tell you a little secret. I was surprised to see so many dudes reaching out in private and saying, dude, man, I am so tired of taking pictures sideways or just upwards to show my face because I've really got my belly popping out. How can you help me? I was so blown away because, yeah, ladies, they usually have, oh my God, they have to be in a certain angle and all that. And that's understandable. Ladies are just, even if they're slim, they're going to have that. But dudes, it takes courage for dudes to actually reach out to another dude and say, I got a belly problem. And there's other areas that dudes have reached out. We're not going to cover them tonight. But yeah, you'll be surprised the conversations you're going to have on inbox pretty soon. The next one on weight loss. 3 tips to burn more belly fat. You go, and where are you going to find them? You might be saying, okay, how do I get that? Well, I told you a little while ago. You go on the Googles. It's a very little known website. Nobody knows about it. You go on Google and search 3 tips to burn more belly fat. And you're going to find numerous tips. Choose 3, pick 3, and do the content, and then create, let's say at the end, well, if you want 5 more tips to burn your belly fat, even if you have a sweet tooth, then reach out to me. I got 5 more to share with you. Trust me, I see something like that, I'll probably reach out, because that's intriguing right there. All right, let's go to the next one. And the next one is, let's talk about energy. All right, so there's a lot of people in here that I know we use the energy, Presume, or anything that we try to boost our energy with. Even gold is kind of working to an extreme level. So let's say these 3 examples. Hey, feeling exhausted all the time? Boom, create the content. So this is what happens when you feel exhausted. Maybe you had too many excessive processed carbs, whatever. And here's a solution. If you want to know how to actually cut your carbs or be able to not and have so many carbs and sugars going into your system, here's a way to block them. You get the fat and carb blocker, whatever. But that's going to be your goal. You're not going to give it right away. You give them a solution, give them value, hear more because once people see that you're giving them value, people buy from people they like, know, and trust. Once they see you give them more value, trust me, down the road when you offer the solution, they're going to buy. Second example, when coffee isn't enough anymore. Create the content. Maybe you wake up, you record yourself in the morning, kind of like all sluggish and sleepy with a cup of coffee, and you're like, it's not doing nothing. I mean, you don't need to splatter all over the coffee, but just have the coffee there, and maybe it's not enough, and you probably take them to, okay, but I have something else that actually gives me, it increases a bit of oxygen in my blood. It keeps me more alert, and it gives me focus, and it gives me this energy, and no sugar. And guess what? It's not actually something that's processed, completely natural, no sugar. Reach out to me if you want to know more. Let's go for the number 3. The third example on energy. Top 3 secrets for lasting energy. So me as a young grandpa, I've done videos where I'm working, in fast mode, sanding, I'm painting, and then I get out of work and I'm running, chasing my grandson, and I'm like, and then I'll put something like that. The people are like, whoa, I want to know exactly what you're taking, because you just went the whole day just running around and you still got energy. Well, I'm a rare example, because I do have a little bit of energy, but still, somebody who's actually a grandpa out there, or a young grandma, young grandpa, or even not so young, they want that. Hey, I want to chase my grandkids. Or somebody, you talk to a millennial mom, you want to be able to chase your kids after work and you still do your duties at home. You work, you come home, you cook, you clean, but you still have time to run out and chase your kids. That's a good one. All right. So I hope you're taking notes on that. If you're finding some value, let me know. Let me know if this is valuable, if you like it, if it's helpful. Let me know if it's something that you think is actually helping. Now, the third example, then we're going to be closing very soon. Healthy aging. This one I love, 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 love. Now, you don't have to be a Gen Xer. You don't have to be a baby boomer to talk about healthy aging. To be very honest, most of my customers come from millennial ladies. Millennials. They're in the 20s, early 30s, talking about, oh my God, I don't want to age. Like, I just, how can I do it? What is that liquid Botox you talk about? You'd be surprised. You don't have to, well, to be honest, you can target whoever you want, but I'm just saying, you'll be surprised to see the amount of young people that don't want to age. They don't. All right. So 5 foods for reverse aging. Oh my God, but I don't know about that. I'm not a nutritionist. But we got Caroline Rodriguez on here tonight. She's a nutritionist, and she could tell you about this too. You can go on Google, find the five foods for reverse aging. You're going to be surprised the information you're going to get out there. And then you create the content. Oh, but also, if you don't want to have such a bloated stomach and you want to be able to reverse aging with just 2 ounces a day or one shot a day, reach out to me. I'm going to share something with you. It's going to blow your mind. Boom. Example number 2, longevity hacks no one talks about. Now, this could be you at night, maybe your nighttime routine, your bedtime routine. It could be in the morning. It could be fasting. It could be anything you want to talk about that has content. Obviously, that's created for that. Longevity hacks. All right. Example number 3, 3 tips to look younger, 10 years younger. Now, that one there, I know the makeup peeps out there, the ladies, they're killing it. But guess what? We don't have the makeup, but we got a Inumi line. And people have seen results with Inumi. And if you get the liquid Botox, you're going to feel it in just a few days of use. So you create the content, whatever you want to do, 3 tips to look younger, try to get more sleep, drink more water so you can, your face, and your body doesn't look, all wrinkled or anything like that. You look plumpy, stuff like that. Eat more greens that bring more, keep you hydrated, stuff like that. Those are the tips. You create the content, you give them a call to action. If you want to know my top secrets that keep me looking younger, reach out to me. I'll be glad to share them with you. Now, on another training, we're going to cover more in depth the CTAs, because that's an aggressive part, but we need a whole training for that. And I don't want to take much of your time with that. All right. So I believe we're getting close to it. You might be saying, where do I find that? Like I said before, Google it. All you got to do is on this little known website called Google. And right now you can search for anything, any content out there that's going to help you crush it. Now, remember this. Leadership is all about people. Why? You want to solve, we are problem solvers. Yes, we have a solution, but you're not going to stamp it in there and say, hey, I got a solution, but you don't know the problem. People do not bore when you talk about their problem. So when you talk to people, another thing, one big ninja tip, anytime you're going to, if you're talking on the video, which is highly recommended, face to camera, where even if you're talking, if you got 10,000 followers, 1 million followers, speak to one person. Always say, hey, are you struggling? Not, are you guys? Not, hey, is everyone struggling? No. Are you? Why? This is something I learned as well. And I used to make that mistake, because when you're speaking to that one person, now it becomes personal. Now the person says, they're talking to me. Wait, I got that problem. Yeah, how do I solve it? Boom. Now you have a conversation. From there, the trust begins. That trust factor starts right there. Guess what? When that person reaches out to you, they probably won't even say, hey, Mr. or Mrs. or ma'am or sir. No, they're probably going to call you by your name. Hey, Eli, what's going on, man? Hey, I heard you, I just watched your video and I saw you spoke about this. Can you tell me a little bit more? Now you're peeps. Now you're buddies. You're speaking to one person. And that's a very advanced psychology little tip that I'm giving, because it's going to help you greatly with the connection with people. You're going to see, people are going to start loving you. They're going to be like, dude, like you spoke to me. All right. Now, before you post, that's why it's important to understand the leadership part. It's about people. Before you post, ask yourself this. How can I make someone's life better, easier, or happier? So before you post, make sure that your content covers one of these. It could be funny, it could be entertaining, it could be entertaining. You can entertain and train at the same time. It could be educational, it could be inspiring. It doesn't matter. And actually, stories, like Dave Daltrey says, stories sell. So if you talk about your problems, guess what you're going to find? Hundreds, perhaps thousands of people with the same problem. And now you have a problem because now you got to solve their problem. But that's a quality problem. All right. Okay. So I just want to keep that clear because I want you guys to understand the importance of connecting with the audience. And oh, wait a second. Okay, this is not for now. This is just for another training. We're gonna stop it here real quick.
Omar, first of all, awesome training. That was awesome.
Thank you.
I love the fact that you gave a lot of examples, and that's what people need. There's steak and there's sizzle. Sizzle is the excitement. People can get sizzle out there just about anywhere. A lot of the rah, hoopla, pie in the sky stuff. But when you provide the steak, that's the substance. That's the good stuff. That's the stuff people can feed on. So they gave a lot of steak tonight. So that's awesome. I learned a lot listening. In fact, it actually made me think of one. Stay young by simply using water. Or how to stay young by simply using aqua means water. So stay young.
Well, I like it. Let me write that down.
And that's our aqua, because that's what aqua means, water. So, but by you giving the examples, it stirred my creative juices, and I started thinking of some of myself, which is what these trainings should be all about. You use your own creativity. Everyone has creativity within them. Don't be afraid to use it. And the other thing I want to say, when you mentioned about, do you have to know everything before you start? No, that's what makes this beautiful. This is a earn while you learn business. So for people that are just getting started, just get started. I give that crocodile story, before. Jump in the pool, but don't pay attention to crocodiles. Jump in. You'll learn to swim. There's a lot of swimmers in the pool. They can teach you. So anyhow, great training. It was awesome, Omar.
Thank you, Dave. Wow, that's powerful coming from you. I really,
I was doing my own training while you were giving it. I didn't do any training today, so excuse me for not being on there visually, but I was listening to every word.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Oh, what an honor to have a top earner here, huh? That's an honor. That's awesome. So we have already homework, guys. We have homework. Let's try to make a video and post it in the chat. Use your topic. Pick the best one you got, because let's listen. Eventually, Omar will bring the next training on how to convert those comments into a personal DM or message and then turn it into a commission, right? So if we don't make a video now, we're gonna be behind, because then we have to go back. When he gives that training, we have to go back and relearn all this information, apply it, and then eventually apply the other one. So if you start now, you can already apply what he's gonna teach us. So
absolutely. And one thing I want to say is it's perfect timing. Like I mentioned at the beginning, we got convention coming up, and then we got November. That's the holiday that comes on, Black Friday. That we need to crush it from now. If you start now, you're going to have tons of conversations, and by the end of the year, you're going to be doing good. You're going to be doing good. So I wanted to share my screen just a little bit so I can go in there and kind of like share exactly. I want to start off my head, and I'm not going to take much. I'm going to be very quick on it, just so you guys can see what is happening, let's say in the TikToks, okay? So let's say this one that has 114K in there. So this one has, if you go back, 334 comments, all right? If you look at them going up, I never heard of this. We'd love to learn more info. I want to know. Yes, please tell me more info. Alkaline water. How? I'm saying once you start piquing people's interest and you make them curious enough to go, look, it got 701 saved. People are saving that video. Now, like I said, these are vanity metrics. What's really more important is the people who engage with you asking, what is it? Tell me more. Give me more. I want to know that. And like I said, I still have people, I'm still going through this list. I am not done. I did this video in June. And I am still going through that list because you get busy. Now I always reach out and I meet them at halfway. Hey, I want to apologize. I've been so busy with so many exciting things happening. I haven't been able to follow up. How are you? Boom, and then I start a conversation. We're gonna train on that, another training